Hi everyone, and welcome to another video. Today I have with me one of Dell's best sellers, the XPS 15 2023, the new version. It's the 9530. I've been waiting a long time for it because I've already saw some videos about it, some reviews, and I thought to myself, okay, I would like to review one myself. And someone from work, well, I'm working at, and sorry for the mess, I'll talk to you about it in a second, came to me and said, you know what, I'm buying the new XPS, I'll probably max it out, or maybe almost max it out, and once I'm getting it, I would like you to review it. So he came to me and said, please review it, and I said, okay. So there it is for review. So there is no box, he opened it himself, so yeah, but I'll go over it with you and we'll see how it performs, how it looks, how it feels. And by the way, before beginning, I just wanted to say sorry about the mess. I don't know if some of you know me, but my work is being IT. So all of these cables, chargers, stuff like that are for work only, and because I'm at work and he does not want to give me the laptop to review at my home, I'm going to do it here. So enough chit chat. Let's talk about external, right? Let's see what ports we are getting this with this version. So this version on the right, we are getting aux, SD card reader, the big one. So it's pretty nice because then you can use, like, you can open up, you can use cameras and SD cards and adapter and stuff like that. Thunderbolt 4 Type C, of course. On the back we have basically nothing, and on the left we have Kensington lock, so if you would like to lock your laptop to the desk or stuff like that. And you have two more Type C Thunderbolt 4. So basically this device has almost no connections. I mean, yeah, Type C's are the new whatever. I don't like this idea. What I'm trying to say is it should be like a working station laptop, but it basically being like being lazy. Other than that, hard to explain myself. Anyways, except for that, how is the back? How does it look on the back? So on the back we have a lot of ventilation, a lot of them. Regarding weight, so this device this year came a lot less heavy. I mean, it weighs just 1.8 kilograms. And by the way, the guy that gave me this XPS, his XPS, just replaced his older version XPS. So here we have his older version XPS, the XPS 15 9560. So it basically means that this device is 6 or maybe even 7 years old. So it's the same device in some ways, but no, it's very different. So I'll go over with you on the ports as well again, and you'll see how things have changed from being a workstation to be kind of portless. So let's start on the right this time, like before. So because it's black, it's going to be harder to be looked at, but you'll get it. So on the right we have the Kensington lock, which in the previous laptop, I mean the new version, it's on the left. Over here we have battery indicator. See, maybe you don't want to open up your laptop, or maybe you would like to see how much battery is left. You just click on this button. They used this button, I think, for about 3 years maybe. It was awesome. I really liked it. We have over here USB Type B Gen 3, super speed, and again SD card reader. On the back, instead of being this gray metal, it's in black. And on the left, that's where the party is. We are getting aux, we are getting Thunderbolt. I guess this one is version 3, maybe. HDMI, USB, and a charging port, which is just, you know, your regular round thingy. So basically we've lost weight because the older version is really heavy. It's 2.1 kilograms, and the new version is 1.8, which is significantly, really, I can feel the differences. But the thing that's the most intriguing for me is that they are both 15-inch devices, right? But the older version is really much bigger, and I don't think there is much like many borders. Like if I'm putting them like that, there is no much of a difference. But they're both 15, but the new is smaller. Anyways, let's open up the device, because this year we are having the OLED version, which, by the way, I guess you already saw it. It's also touchscreen. So it's both beautiful and like almost borderless. I mean, there is still like bezels, but it's nothing too major. In the older version, this guy also had 4K touch, but it's not OLED. But the screens from Dell are always really magnificent. I mean, I cannot tell that this screen is not 4K. It's just that. But over here I can see a little bit more light, a little bit more, you know, screen. So there is difference if you're changing from both, from this version to a new version. Also, if you remember, I think I had some video from XPS. You see this tiny little dot? That's the camera. The front camera used to be on the bottom, so for like a long time people had a laugh about Dell that their cameras are just, you know, videoing your nose trails. So yeah, that's really unusual, but there it is. And the screen is like almost borderless on the top, but there is a chin. The chin that we all used to hate, it's now gone. So there is that. So let's talk a little bit about specs. So the guy that gave me this device is software engineer, and he really likes his devices like extreme and really fast. So yeah, he got the i9 3900H, which usually means that it's really fast, really good. As you can see, it has 14 cores and 18 logical processors. The cache is 24 megabytes, which is kind of nice. Memory, again, if we're talking about extremes, 64 gigs of RAM, DDR5, yeah, you get it all on this device. Regarding storage, 2 terabytes, of course, NVMe, SK Hynix, PC 801. We'll see benchmarks really soon. Wi-Fi 6E AX 211, 160 megahertz. Again, it just means that this device has really good reception for Wi-Fi and download bandwidth. You get it all. Regarding graphics, we're getting the RTX XE graphics, but not just the RTX. We are getting the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060. Well, you know, the gaming GPU. It should be really good. So again, we'll get to benchmarks really soon. So I just want to touch a little bit about the display. So this display is 3.5K, not 4K as usual, just because this device has the OLED screen. So I don't know why Dell does not provide this device with 4K normally with OLED. But yeah, there is that just really weird numbers. 34 60 56 by, you know, 4K. And the downside for this display, in my opinion of course, is that it only has 60 Hertz. I mean, by this date 2023, I would like to have a screen with, you know, at least 90 Hertz, 120. Yeah, but that's what we're getting. Still good screen, just not for gaming, you know. So about the keyboard, when Dell introduced the XPS, the older version of the XPS, they really talked about the keyboard and how special it is and how what magnificence. I mean, it should be like explode with experience with typing. Like, it should be good. So let's test this keyboard and see how is my typing when I've never typed on XPS. Hello, everyone. This is the all new Dell XPS. So yeah, the typing is really good. I mean, I don't feel the part that Dell is talking about, that it's really special. I mean, check out the maglev keyboard. You'll see like they're talking about they have like those two magnets, and it's something special. I didn't feel something special, but I did feel like it's a little bit mushier than I expected. But the typing experience is really good, and the keyboard feels good, and everything feels good. So maybe, you know, maybe it's not magnetic and special, but it's good. So yeah. By the way, as you can see, the trackpad is really big. I mean, it's gotten really big with time. I mean, look at this. This is 2023, right? So look at this version. Look how small it is. It's like fit like my 4 hands, like I cannot write, but here I can almost not fit my hand. That's how different things are, like in 6 years of waiting. Now, the trackpad really feels good in the hand. It's not glass, and it's not like, I don't know, anything like special, but it's big and it's precise and it feels good and everything. I really like it, it's okay. But you know, if there is one thing that when I've touched or I had experience with Dell XPS in the past, are the speakers. And I mean, yeah, MacBooks are the top when it comes to sound and experience of stuff like that, but Dell XPS is not really far behind, and I think for the price it's well enough. So let me give you a test from the sound. It's hipjazz by Benjamin Tissot, and it's from bensound.com. So let me give you a test, and you'll see yourself how good it sounds. It's really strong at this point, and it's just at 50. Wow! So, I mean, I think you've heard enough, and I've heard enough. At about 50%, it's already feels like it's at 100%. And when I've gotten to like 100%, I think some people complained about how loud are these speakers, and I'm within a closed room. I mean, those speakers are good. I mean, if you would like, I don't know, even have a presentation for people and you would like to give them like, maybe see a movie, I don't know. The speakers are excellent this year. They've excelled even further. And, I mean, perfect. Thank you, Dell, for fighting for the people who like to hear music from their laptops and not just giving out normal, you know, speakers. Alright, so let's get to the benchmarks, because I really would like to see the benchmarks and how the numbers have changed within years. So let's run the benchmark for the SSD and see how fast it is. It's the NVMe PC 801 NVMe SK Hynix 2TB. So it just means 2 terabytes. So let it run and I'll be back in a second. So there it is. I mean, you couldn't expect any less or more, however you would like to say the standards, from a leading company. I mean, those numbers are really good. 7000 for reads. I mean, it's really good. Everything is going to be fast. Regarding writes, I mean, I would be I would love to see again 7000, but 5500 is well enough. But I'm just being picky. Those numbers are really good. Thank you, Dell. Thank you for investing in a laptop in every way, and we cannot see many companies do so. That's what I'm trying to say. And now for the CPU benchmarks. So I'm going to first run it without a charger, and we'll see the numbers. And then I'm going to run it again with a charger, and we'll see if there is any difference in the i9 Gen 13. It's really new for me even to say the numbers. So let's run, and we'll be back once it's finished. So here are the numbers for the Dell XPS, the CPU benchmark without a charger. So those numbers might get a little higher if we go through the next steps. So single core score is 1900, which is really good. I mean, the XPS 15, the XPS 17 that I had on this channel a few months ago, I think 2 months ago, was around the 1500. So this one shows really good numbers. The multi-core as well showed around 7000, but this one is almost at 10,000. So it's really good. But let me show you the rest of the numbers, just to be clear. And now again, CPU benchmark, but this time with a charger. I don't think you can see it, but yeah, it is connected, as you can see. So let's run again the benchmark and see how the CPU does once you get a little bit more juice. And we're back with the numbers. So the single score stayed almost the same, got a little bit lower, but the multi-score got a hefty boost. I would say 12,000 and almost 500. I mean, it's really good, really cool. Let me show you the rest of the numbers, just you'll be able to see how different it is. So those doesn't matter, and those are the scores. And now for the part that we all love seeing is the GPU benchmarks. So I'm going to be running all of them with a charger, as you can see, just because, again, I don't see a reason to benchmark a GPU without having all the juices that it needs. So I'm going to be running all of the tests, I mean the CUDA, the OpenCL, the Vulkan, all of them for the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060. And afterwards I'll do for the Iris, if someone cares about it anyways. So let's start with the CUDA, and I'll be back once it's finished. And we're back with beautiful number 92,340 and 54, sorry. So it just means that this GPU will just tear everything in its way, and you'll be able to play every game that you would like to play, and you're going to have fun. Let me show you the rest of the numbers. See how long it is. And now for the second NVIDIA GPU benchmark, the OpenCL. I'll be back once it's done. And we're back from the OpenCL benchmark. So this device again got extreme high numbers, 88,479. Let me show you the rest of the numbers that it gave the device. And for the last benchmark for the NVIDIA, let it run, and I'll be back once it's finished. Finally, we can hear some fan noise. So as you can hear, it's nothing too major. I mean, it's i9, but it's not too loud. And for the Vulkan score, 20,237. Again, high numbers. What can I say? That's the performance. And now we are going to benchmark the Intel's GPU, the onboard GPU. I mean, I don't think I saw any laptop with this kind of CPU that does not come with any external GPU like NVIDIA or AMD. But yeah, anyways, I would like to check it. So yeah, so let me run the benchmark and I'll be back once it's finished. And this is the score for the Intel XC, 21,347. I hate saying 3. So those are the numbers, and let me show you them. And for the last test, the Vulkan, again, I'll run it and be back once it's finished. Would you look at that? The Vulkan score got 300% more than the NVIDIA. I don't know what the Vulkan does or what it tests, but these numbers, those numbers are for the Intel XE, and those numbers are for the NVIDIA. So if you need some Vulkan related stuff, go for it, because we get really decent numbers. I mean, extreme numbers. So 69,062. Let me show you the rest of the numbers, and we are done with the benchmarks. Now regarding sounds and fan speeds, I mean, it's an i9, you should expect some noise, but you know, after like doing like a burning test, you can barely hear the fan. I mean, if you go on the back, you can hear it, as you've already heard, but yeah, nothing too major. I mean, yeah. And by the way, regarding heat, so the only part where I can feel real heat, hot like area, are around the middle and a little bit on the left. I can barely feel any heat over here. I can feel a lot of heat over here, not on the trackpad, and you know, just the middle and the left. This screen is just too beautiful. Okay, so after doing all the benchmarks, I mean most of the benchmarks, what do you think about this device and how much it costs? So the guy that bought this device paid for it around $3,000, a little bit even more than that, maybe even $4,000, and that's a lot. But you are getting a lot for the money. You're getting one of the best screens, if not the best today for a laptop. You're getting wonderful keyboard. You're getting awesome top to feel in your head. I mean, it's basically carbon. You're getting, again, perfect trackpad. You're getting fingerprint. I mean, you're getting anything that you might need. I mean, you cannot ignore the OLED. You cannot ignore the speakers. You cannot ignore being an XPS. So the downsides that I think that there are with the XPS are basically the screen is that it's OLED, so it's both reflective, as you can see the light. You can see my hand blocking a little bit the light. So if you are in an open area, you're going to be distracted a little bit, and also consumes more energy. Not that you care if you have this i9 and 64 gigs of RAM, so you're going to be wasting a lot of energy. So on top of that, the screen. I mean, the second down part is the design. I mean, the design is really stayed the same for a long time, for extremely long time. I think for about, maybe at this point, I would say 8, maybe 9 years for the XPS staying that way. So it's like having a MacBook, or maybe an iPhone, should I say. You're getting the same design over and over and over again with some major differences. So yeah, you should consider that. Anyways, I had a lot of fun with this device. I really liked it. Again, sorry for the mess and sorry for not having the best angle. It's just that I don't have enough space right now. So thank you for watching. I hope I've answered all of your questions. If you have any additional question, please do let me know. I'd love to answer your questions. And thank you for watching. So I'll see you in another video. And thank you, Mark, for giving me this laptop for a test. It's wonderful.